Hello and welcome back to Creative Pet Keeping. My name is Kasha, I am your host, and today we're going to continue from the previous video where we left off, where we took a look at an aquarium. We did an unboxing, and today we are going to scape that aquarium. Now, I did say I was going to give you guys a betta breeding update next, but there were some hiccups along the way, so there's going to be the video about that, either in the next video or the video after that, where I will let you know what happened, but we're still working on it. Breeding is going to happen, but you know, fish are fish, and sometimes they don't really want to cooperate, which is totally a-okay. But what I decided was I wanted to scape the tank, and I was trying to figure out where in the fish room I can put it, because I really like the spinning feature, which is very unique. It's something that my other fish tanks do not have. But I realized that because I already have quite a bit of fish tanks, I couldn't find a good spot. Like, I have a few spots where I can just put it, but it couldn't spin. So I was wondering what I can do with it. And then I had this really good idea that why don't I set up this tank and give it to my dad? Because my dad also loves to keep fish, although on a much smaller scale than I do. He's actually the first person that in my life that had an aquarium. When I was a little baby, he had an aquarium, and apparently I dropped full egg in there, like a not cracked egg, but just an egg when I was little, because I thought that it would be a good idea to feed the fish. Luckily, it didn't crack. My dad was able to take it out, so no problem there. But before I ramble too much, the plan was to set up the tank and make it fully planted. It's gonna be just kind of a video of how I set it up really quick. There are some parts that I forgot to click record and I missed filming, so there will be a few parts missing, but you'll be able to see the tank, and I'm so happy that I was able to set it up for my dad, because he's really enjoying it and he's really happy, and I'm glad that I can bring him a little more joy with this project. So without further ado, let me show you what I did. Let's get started on setting up this tank, and of course I can't stop spinning it because I'm so amused and I think it's so fun. But this does come with its own supplies. So the first thing you get to put in is the volcanic rock, which is really good for beneficial bacteria to grow on, because it is a very porous substance. So off camera I did rinse it, and it is very important just to make sure to rinse all of the materials that you put in. That will actually reduce a lot of dust and debris, so it'll make sure that your tank is a lot cleaner and clearer when you put everything in. So I smoothed it all out, and then I moved on to the next thing, which was the sand that was provided as well. It is a nice kind of natural colored sand. I've never used this kind of color sand before in my aquariums, so I was pretty excited to try it out. And of course, off camera, I did have to rinse it as well. And then I brought it back. This is what it looks like, and plopped it in there, and afterwards ended up smoothing it out. In regards to plants, I wanted to experiment with some leftover plants that I had in all of my other tanks that have been growing. So here is some jungle val. I did use some tongs to insert them, but even though I've been using tongs to aquascape for quite a while, I'm still not that good at it. So I ended up adding some water to make it easier for myself. And I did try a bit more to finesse with the tongs, but then I gave up and decided that it will be best to just use my hands to insert the rest of the plants. So this is what you'll see me do. So if you have seen a lot of aquascapers use tongs and you've tried them yourself and it didn't work for you, it's totally okay to use your hands. Do whatever works for you. Sometimes it's a little easier to use aquascaping tools, but sometimes it's a lot easier just to use your hands. So do whatever works best for you. Kit also includes some rocks that you can use for aquascaping, and they ended up being a dragonstone when I took them out of their packaging. I decided I will save that for another project because I wanted to keep this super simple for my dad in case he needs to take it out for any maintenance. So I chose this big ol' rock. I really like this big ol' rock. It's a really cool big ol' rock, and that's what we're gonna call it, the big ol' rock. When it comes to scaping the rest of the tank, I unfortunately did not get much footage, but I ended up stuffing a ton of moss as well as some wasser tang, and then ended adding a little bit of Anubias Nana Petite inside. I wanted something super lush and simple. And then I added some endlers and a little bit of shrimpies, and that's what it ended up looking at. And of course I added a shark. I had to add a shark. So afterwards, after setting it up, it was time to move it to my dad's house. Now, because my dad does not live too far, it's about 45 minutes away, I did not have to do a lot to prep this tank. All I had to do was remove some of the water and allow the inhabitants to stay inside. And then afterwards, I ended up just shoving a bit of packing materials, those little really big, I don't know what it's called. It's the popping plastic, I don't know, but I just shoved one in there just because it will keep the rock in place and all the materials in place and keep everything moist. So then I put in some custom fish food I made for my dad, a little bit of the extra supplies, and literally just kept the tank by my feet.
To jest moje nowe akwarium. Lubię, jak jest wykonane. Wieczorem, gdy spędzam czas przy komputerze, lubię patrzeć na nie.
So thank you for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to subscribe to this channel and give me a thumbs up or leave a comment down below. I will have another tank unboxing very, very soon too. And then I have another surprise video for you guys, and then a betta breeding update. So there's quite a bit of videos that I have that I need to finish working on. It was just really, really busy, so it's hard to get everything done. But I'm really excited to share those with you. So thank you once again for all your support and supporting my channel throughout the years. And if you're new, welcome, and I hope that you enjoy all of my future videos and old ones as well. So I'm gonna stop rambling, and I have a lot of fishy stuff to do. So with that,